I decided to start a small business 101 for everyone who wants to start their business in 2022. Hi! So God, this is the first time I'm showing people my face on camera. So for my journey with a small business was during 2021 last year, where I started my own small business first on Etsy with selling art prints, stickers, and I started growing to things such as tote bags, acrylic keychains, and other things. And I was working really hard and while also balancing my schoolwork. So it's been a long time. We'll go through products and services. It's gonna sound kind of like a lot of information, but these are all things I've accumulated in my opinion and what I've been doing with my experience and just sharing it with you guys through this series. I plan to go through products and services, marketing, manufacturers, shipping, Shopify or Etsy, and some small business essentials that you'll need when you're trying to start your own business, and finance and maybe talk about my income since I started my own small business. I've been talking for 5 minutes, so let's just cut to the first topic, products and services. So a part of the reason why I started this small business was because of this YouTube channel that I started in 2019, where I made K-pop journal spreads, and I found other people on YouTube who shared the same love that I had towards K-pop. Before I actually executed the idea of starting a small business, I actually had this idea brewing at the back of my brain for almost months. And where I finally decided to start it, I had to go over a lot of things such as finance and really considering if I'm actually capable of managing this with coordinating my other things during school. So some of the questions that I had to ask myself includes, am I financially capable? Where I suggest that you have around $300 when you're first starting out. And can I put in the time and effort to dedicate time to this? Because starting a business, it is super time consuming because you're managing everything solely by yourself. For example, if you're selling candles or resin, those take time to cure and make, and are you able to have the time to mass produce these candles? What am I passionate about? For me, for example, I was passionate towards K-pop and art, so that was what led to the creation of my products. And some skills that you possess, for example, for me, I know how to use digital art and that type of related things, and that really helped me into creating my products. For the fashion genre for small business items, here I put some ideas down on the screen for you guys, such as lashes, self-care kit, resin, candles, tote bags, jewelry, face mask, where you have bundles together, and crochet and knit objects such as some patterns, where there's a lot of creativity that goes into this as well. For example, I know there are boba candles where you have to focus on your unique selling point, where you have to basically be that sunflower that stands out in a field of tulips. Kind of like that, yeah. I think you guys can tell that I'm not really used to voiceovering in my videos because I think this is the first time since 2019 that I'm ever posting a video with actually voiceovers. So basically for the art section, there are stickers, art prints. Generally when a small art business is starting out, they usually go with stickers, art prints, and potentially creating their own post notes with Mod Podge and paper, and as well as clay pins. And these are some other miscellaneous small business ideas such as art commission, or website building, which my twin sister does. So if you guys want more info, maybe I can ask her to pop in one of my videos. And there is some tutoring, babysitting, dog walking. I've heard that tutoring, especially for college students, where they tutor other people with certain subjects where they're really good at, they actually make a lot of money because some of the upper class or the upper middle class pays them a lot of money just to teach their children, which I don't know, but I've seen YouTube videos talking about that, so that's a really great idea. Except I don't have the brain to do that, so that's just an idea that for you guys. Here I'm just showing you guys the K-pop journal that I started for this YouTube channel specifically in 2019, where I just created spreads, and that journal actually took me like a year to finish. Now, after you decide on your main niche, I suggest you first decide on around 5 to 10 items that you can manage making. So I know a lot of people might pick stickers, so I want to tell you guys my opinion on making stickers your main item for selling for your small business. It is a great idea. However, I personally don't recommend buying a Cricut machine right at the get-go, because a Cricut machine is around $200 or $300. And just when you're first starting out, it's always not a good idea to spend so much money on your initial investment, because you're scared of not making a profit, or if your business does not succeed, you're really ultimately eating up at your own starting funds. So here's my reasoning. Don't do this because you see other YouTubers using their Cricut and stuff, because these influencers, they actually already have a pre-established audience, so they will definitely get sales and consistent income with this investment. So if you logically do the math here, I'm going to put this into a scenario. So let's say this Cricut or Silhouette machine costs like around $200, around $200, $300, and then your sticker paper around $20, ink cartridge $60, plus most likely you're going to waste a bunch of paper and ink starting out because you don't know how to work the settings and how the machine works, and there's definitely going to be failed runs, and that's already $280 gone. Plus labor costs and the time making each sticker with peeling it and packaging it. In my opinion, for small broke artists like us, it's not worth it in the beginning with the investment and the time commitment towards this. So for me, I spent almost $300 for the sticker packs, where I had them manufactured from China and Alibaba, where most small businesses outsource. And they were already pre-packaged, and they're good quality, and it saves so much labor costs and time, labor time, and just the quality as well. While the Cricut and your printer with the sticker paper might not even guarantee the quality as well, where the manufacturers, they've already been doing this, and they have a whole factory where these stickers were professionally made. I know this might be an unpopular opinion because you see so much videos on TikTok and YouTube with small business owners starting out, and they're showing you guys this video and this grand scene of buying and unboxing a Cricut machine. But I really recommend sending it to manufacturers initially to professionally get your stickers made when you're first starting out, instead of using a Cricut. And a tip for branded packaging, I would suggest utilizing No Issue, which I got this custom stamp for I think around $35 or $30, where it was a great way to consistently brand all my packaging, where I don't have to create specific stickers that I have to continuously create and just put on the envelopes, where most likely the customers would just throw it away afterwards. So I would definitely suggest getting some branded packaging, such as a stamp or a way to just let the customers know that the package is from your small business, and also adding a custom touch to your packaging. Expand your product line, such as for me, I started expanding to acrylic keychains and tote bags after I got a little bit more ambitious, because I started earning around 3-figure sales for each month, where I felt like it was a good time to start investing and expanding my product line, where I started investing and creating designs for tote bags and these type of items, where I wanted to diversify the items that I sell. Ultimately, for the products and services that you choose for your business, you do have to stick to it in the long run and make sure that it is a sustainable idea and that you can keep up with the demand and the skills that are required to create those items. Also, next up for product photos. I can't emphasize how important this is, because in reality, even though we don't like to admit it, customers do judge the book by its cover, air quotation marks. For editing the pictures, I don't have those Photoshop and those type of apps. I use Snapfish and B612 because I am broke. But if you have a preferred app that you utilize to edit your pictures, that is alright. And I recommend having natural lighting and then maybe messing with the saturation and the sharpness and the lighting. You do not need those fancy equipment and camera to have a small business. You find alternatives that get the gist of the effect that you want with the assets that you have. And it is alright if you do not have those professional things, because you're just a small business owner who's trying to start out, and it's fine to not have those professional items. Also, another incentive to gain more sales is to have discounts when you're first starting out, and potentially looking into free shipping. And discounts are really a must because they give customers a deal, and you also get sales in return, and as well as freebie stickers, because this builds customer loyalty and makes everyone happy. So, for example, I gave a Snow White Taehyung sticker and as well as the Boba Bear sticker for orders over $20, and both of them over $35. And for example, for my niche, I decided on K-pop and BTS related art items, so generally most of my items do surround that spectrum. Lastly, for my last advice before I leave you guys, I suggest that all of you guys do remain patient if you do want to start a small business, because it really takes time and dedication in order to start seeing your small business go up. When you first start out, it's completely normal to not even have sales in the first 2 months, because you're definitely still starting out, and there is so many small businesses out there in the industry that could be potentially doing and selling the same things that you are. So don't get stressed out and disappointed at the results or your expectations when they don't meet your expectations. So really just take things slow and really dedicate yourself to this idea and your time, and do all the marketing and all the necessary things in order to put your small business out there in your name, and really make sure that you're giving your customers a really great experience, because they are choosing your small business out of the thousands or millions of small businesses out there. So really take your time with starting out your small business, and I really wish all the best of luck to all of you guys who really aspire to chase your dreams.